How's it going, everyone? I'm gonna do a video, a little short and sweet. See what we can do. Sorry, it's hard for me to tell if I'm live or not. I think I'm live, but I want to remind everyone to follow me on Steemit. I'm gonna post over here quite a bit more. I got another donation from MathWorks. Come on, bro, don't leave Steemit now. You give me 5 Steam dollars. I think that's SBD. You can trade that on Polynex too. It's pretty awesome. Follow me over here so I can get a following. And I got 93 followers so far. If you follow me, I'll follow you right back. And I put in some money, and so did my client. Got paid. And so I'm going to see if I can, with this steam power, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of influence I can put on my posts. And without any influence, steam power, before I was getting maybe on a good video, maybe like 40-50 cents. So let's see what happens. Like to everyone, follow me on Steemit so I can not do this membership deal, save us all a lot of hassle, and we can still all have the same old fun. So do that for me. I'm going to post altcoin trading videos and regular equity videos. And as soon as I can get my internet fixed, the bastards set an appointment for this morning before work and never showed up. So I did get to miss half a day of work, though. That was pretty cool. But not cool because I didn't get paid and I wasted time waiting for the idiots to show up. So let me get that in order. Let me get my internet fixed. So far, so good on the current internet status. It seems to be working all right now. I think it was just a glitch that week. So we'll keep it going. And follow me over here. I plan on doing that instead of doing a membership site. So hook a brother up. See it. So where's the dollar going to stop falling to? It definitely broke out of a pattern, broke down, broke into previous highs, into the next range, so that the end of the range stops where that little line is. So when it reaches previous highs of the previous breakout, then I'll say, okay, well, let's start to see a bounce. Let's start to see a reversal back into resistance. Right now, it's just free falling. Today was just a slight fall, but it's still coming down. Had a little wick yesterday. Today's already open, and it looks like it's trying to stay above previous lows. Once it breaks previous lows, watch it come down into the rest of the range. And previous highs start right about there. So the goal is, let's just call it 96.5. That's pretty much all I got on the dollar. On a weekly chart, we broke previous lows, so something to think about. It's got to recover past or recover back above previous low, previous low, to work its way back up. So it looks like we're going to have a continuation this week back into previous highs. I got a previous high over here that it might step down to, 95.5. So we'll see when it starts to hit previous highs, going into the next range of things. But got lots of support coming down. Lots of support in there. Got two pattern waves here. We'll see. It's definitely bearish for the week. S&P. I was looking at S&P. I was just laughing because it shot down into support and then now it's going back into resistance. No rejection yet. So we'll see how this turns out. Looks like it closed on its highs. Pretty good day, no less. So crazy action in the S&P. Shot down into support, back into resistance. It's just a slight wick though, so not much of a rejection yet. Let's see if this doubles back into support or shoots the moon. Just gaps right over resistance. Pretty crazy in there. It's getting pretty volatile. Lots of gaps. Looks like a lot of selling into resistance. Let's see what happens. VIX all the way down into support. Just the opposite of the S&P. S&P Dow at resistance. The VIX at support. The Dow's doing the same thing. Shot down into support. Slingshotted right back into resistance. Not much of rejection yet. Still working the 2-bar pattern that we started with back in March. Man. Could you imagine back in the day, like the Dow theorists jotting down every candle since March? That's how they used to do it. They used to draw charts. They used to draw it all out, put it on the wall and draw it all out. That's crazy. Couldn't imagine drawing all that out, keeping track. NASDAQ. We had a bullish piercing pattern that got stopped out before 50% of the previous candle, but then we had a shoot into resistance, little inverted hammer there, and then shot up on its highs. It's crazy. It's got to take out the reversal bar to make anything happen. Shot down through resistance, or through support back into resistance, closing on its high. So I'm confused. There's no rejection yet. It should have been broke down and then broke back in and then kind of got rejected. So what we would have seen is like a wick or something, but no rejection, closing on its highs. So I'm confused. Watch the double tops come in on S&P and Dow and the NASDAQ, all closing on their highs or close to it. Crude. Looks like crude came across 34. Look for crude to come back into support as the 8's coming across the 34. So price may shoot up a little bit and then come down, or it just might slowly but surely come down as the 8 needs to come across. Kind of got separated from its average. So the average is keeping pace, but a lot of times it gets stretched beyond belief and it has to come back and settle in. So it looks like it might come back into support the next couple days. Nikkei hit that top, but it's coming back into support. Definitely a double top on the Nikkei. So it might be a rejection there. Too many gaps. I hate when it has too many gaps. So double top, broke down, broke back in, gap down into support, riding, consolidating here, and looks like a bearish flag right there, and then now it's breaking over. So look for this to come back in to support. On the daily, it crossed over the 34, now it needs to come back into support. Nice consolidation over the 13 though. Looks like a bearish flag. Let it come back in. Looks like it came into the gap and kind of filled it. And now it's ready to come back in. Coal. Double bottom on coal. Back and forth, back and forth. Bam, bam, bam. Looks like it's bullish still. Looks like a little rejection today. Again. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then another pop. Nice little pattern in here. Double bottom. Back, back. The 2-bar pattern. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's still bullish. Just building. Oh, building on. Look at the 10 years. I'm bearish on this. It's broken down, came back in, and now it's ready to fall over. I do have a double bottom though, so watch for that. Boom, boom. But the whole pattern broke down. So I'm thinking double top, that 2-bar pattern, double top, boom, 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 boom. Crossed over support, back into resistance, crossed back over. So now it's really a no man's land. Looks like it's trying to hold support on that top gap over there. So let it come back. If it breaks previous lows, let it come back into the next gap. Use the next, the other side of the gap for support. It's pretty much a no man's land right there. I'm gonna call this a bearish retracement, and then right here is another bearish retracement back into resistance, and then it'll fall over. I do have a double top, double bottom though, so it could carry. Working off a double top, pattern break, down, over, allowing it to fall over some more. Still bearish. Shanghai Composite. Looks like it's building a bottom off that drop there. Came back in, back over, back in. I got the A, B bottom, and then the right shoulder coming in. Watch that right shoulder squeeze, or the slingshot effect. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder swings down, slingshot style, bam. It doesn't always do that, but it's likely. It's the right shoulder always tests your nerves, and then slingshots right past you. And you're left holding the bag. All right, so gold and silver. There's a big difference on gold and silver. Well, I'm bullish on both, obviously. Gold crossed down over the 34, back across the 34, came back into support. I got a flat top break coming on gold. It's breaking into previous lows already. It's consolidated, a bullish consolidation over the 34 already. So it crossed over the 34, doubled back into support. Now it's ready to break that flat top break. Let's take out the highs at 13. We're almost there. Then we can change that trend and take out the next high. So that's gold. I'm bullish on gold. Watch that flat top break. It might need to gather its legs. If it gets a little weary, if it gets a little slow, volume's not coming in, watch for it to come back into support one more time. Gather its legs. And then we'll have a double bottom over support, which is even better. But that 1-2 punch, always watch for that. And that's what I'm looking at now. A crossover, came back in, and then now it's punching over. The 1-2 punch. It's a little slower on the rise, but whenever you see a quick retracement back all over the 34, back into support, really quick like, those are the moves. That's the volatility move. Boom, boom, boom. But if it doesn't have enough gusto to break that previous high into previous low range, watch it to come back into support. And another thing is that 8's not across yet, so it's a little away from its averages. So watch for the break, but also watch for a weakness as it'll come back down and make that splash over the 34 and as the 8's crossing over. The big splash. Now silver, on the other hand, hasn't crossed over that 34 yet. That's a big difference between gold and silver on the daily charts. But silver does look good. Look at that drop. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Inverted hammer after the 18th day. Gotta love that. Look at that inverted hammer. Started it all off. All right, watch those reversal bars. Know all your reversal bars. There's only like 11 of them that you need to know. The 2-bar patterns, the 3-bar patterns, the single bar patterns, the dojis, the evening stars, stuff like that. Crossed over the 8, 13, came back in, doubled back, 2-bar pattern right there. Coming into resistance. Gold, silver is coming into resistance, trying to break into that next range where gold is already over and coming back into support. So we got a lot more support on gold, but the trading action over the 8 into the 13, crossing over. Hopefully tonight, tomorrow, we can get a cross over that 34. That 34 is key. I love the 34. You might see it by the end of the video. Copper. We need copper to run with us. We need copper to run with us. I'm looking for a break across that line. It's trying to get above support. Needs to get above support and stay there. Consolidate. None of these whip overs, following it all in. It needs to come over and bullish retrace back into support. Support needs a hold. Looks like we crossed, doubled back in, closing on it, closing at support. So that's good. Look at that little hammer. Bam, bam. Don't neglect those reversal bars. So this is stretched beyond belief, and you can see through time, price is crossing over the averages. There's no real price action down here, but through time, the averages have come across. So here we have, it tried to cross here, got rejected. Tried to cross here, got rejected. Made a bottom here, came in, got an inverted hammer. So it's building. Look for previous high breaks. I expect that this steel chart, that nice J curve, is going to have a nice pop in price. That'll be the bounce play. Take previous high breaks all the way up. Watch the gap, but let it fill the gap as well. There's lots of resistance at that gap. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. So we reached the measured move. So what's going to happen? I'm all out of technical moves. We just take the measured move and go up one more time. I imagine it's going to come and retrace. Bam, bam, bam. 2000 is still in play as support resistance, a major support and resistance line, emotional spot on the chart, which is down here. So it looks like a pretty much parabolic move all the way up into its high, which was, and this is out of Bitstamp. I didn't realize this until recently, but all the exchanges have a different quote system for the Bitcoin. So some of the charts are looking a little bit different, but for this video's sake, we'll just stick to Bitstamp. I'm not even sure what that is. So anywho's, I think that that was an exhaustion move, and we're going to come back into support. Look at the wicks. You got 2 wicks so far pointing up. Maybe have another wick. Maybe just a final go. Then we'll have a 3-wick pattern. Those are the tri-tips. Look for those wicks pointing up. That means price is coming down. Look for those wicks. This is what I mean by gathering its legs. See the legs? The wicks pointing down. Got to gather its legs so it can move on up. The wicks pointing up is just the opposite. So I think it's going to come down here shortly. Look for that last gusto. But it moved rather nicely all weekend. But the measured moves in. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the altcoins, but when Bitcoin was going up, altcoins were having a hard time keeping pace. Even today, all the altcoins are like in the dumps. So it's like an ebb and flow out there. I'm not sure of the exact process yet, but the ebb and flow is noticeable. When Bitcoin's up, altcoins down. So when this retraces, I'll have to report back and see what's going on with the altcoins, if they are on the rise. Not sure though. I've got gold silver ratio, looks like 73-to-1 today. Looks like silver is going to be coming down into support. I got the cross down into resistance, back over. Looks like it's going to fall over in, so grab the silver while you can. Looks like the ratio is going to come down a little bit. JDST should be riding its lows. Watch for previous low breaks on this one. This looks like gold and silver is on the rise. GDX over, back in. So, got the bullish retracement coming in. This can consolidate above the 34 as long as it wants. Doesn't matter to me. Just stay above that 34. Consolidate until the 8 comes across. Consolidate until the 13 comes across. I don't care. We are above the 34. Let's stay there. Let's build, 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 pop. Some crazy action over the 34, no less. It's in a pattern. I got previous lows right there, and that's pretty much the 34. So let's stay above the 34, consolidate, and take a run. GDXJ. GDXJ needs to get over that 34 before we can talk, but it has that same price action just right below. Nice hammer. Cross, look for previous high breaks. I got a lot of gaps over here. Stuck at resistance. Looks like it got rejected on this gap here. A little wick right there on the close. Just trying to break into previous lows. Once it breaks into previous lows, let's get above, consolidate, and move on. It's almost there. Nugget looks like a consolidation right over the 34. And JNUG just swimming in the breeze, I guess. I don't know what the hell it's doing. This used to be the best looking chart around, and now it's just lingering. It's got the same price action as everything else, but it's way below the 34. Way below previous lows. Everything else is working into previous lows. Everything else except JNUG. AG. Nice pop across the 34. Nice into support. Let's watch the flat top break. Take out this high. Bam, bam. AG looks good. NAK. Boom. Pack into support. Looks like might need to consolidate as much as possible to get another run going. But consolidating over the 34 nicely. Let's get above previous highs. And then you'll have support. A lot more support. In uranium. Looks like a little turn. Boom, boom. Over 813 back into support. Look for the previous high breaks on up. Looks like the next line of resistance is 15 or so. So you got a good dollar after it wants to make the move. UEC over the 34, back into the 34. So support has to hold. Looks a little weak. As long as it stays above. Consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. Pop. I got the double bottom working. Crossover, come in, bam. It's gathering its legs to try again. I got a double bottom forming on the daily. URRE. Ivanhoe. It's like it's on a tether. Broke down, came back in. Nice consolidation. Looks like a little hammer over support. So support's got to hold. Sometimes they'll pop over and then collapse. So watch for that. Just because it crosses over the 34 doesn't mean squat. It's got to hold. It's got to consolidate. Apple. Looks like we made a high, came back below the 8, came back into the 8. So that's a bearish retracement to me. It's got to break above previous highs to get back above into momentum's groove. Right now it's falling over. Cross below the 8, back into the 8. That's going to cross down. And then Google with all the cash, I guess, can just keep on going up, apparently. Look for previous high breaks on Google. It's got that NASDAQ Lone Star up here, the whipsaw. So it's got to take that out on the upside. It's closing on its highs too, Google. Oh my God. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Pick me up on Steemit. I'm going to post this over there right away. And let's see how much dough I'll get. I got like $950 in my Steam Power. Or no, it was 700 something in my Steam Power. So just a test. But appreciate everybody. Please share, like, and comment. Let's keep it free. We'll see ya.